Hey guys, we're back with another installment of Chrysler oil leaks. We have got this guy we're replacing. If any of you own one of these, you know what it is. Ordered from Amazon, OFH 100. The cool thing about it is, it looks like we got an OEM part. So, without further ado, let's get started. The easiest part of the whole job. Beauty cover. There's going to be a bunch of 8mm up top here, and then there's going to be 2 bolts right here in front that we'll need to get to take off. I'm just going to show you the bolt. So, it's just the big gnarly threads that go into another piece of plastic in the lower intake. So, some are captured, some are not. So, you just want to be careful with that. Like you lose it using the magnets, so don't lose it. Just a little bolt, or a little nut, I should say. Number 2, we got a couple of lines back here. Oh, that's right. We have a bracket back here that needs to come off. Doing some of this electrical stuff so we can pull the manifold completely out. At least I hope we can. Tell somebody else has been in here before when this wire retainers. A zip tie. Another bolt back here. here for this. This. There's your upper manifold. That's out. Set that aside. Move our beauty cover. It's actually a sound dampener. Whew! Last time we were in here, we replaced crank sensor, or camshaft position sensor. And if you're in here this far, I'd recommend doing spark plugs. My guy doesn't care, so we're just doing this. We're gonna have to unclip all our injectors here. Just the electrical harnesses. All the wiring's off to the side. We should be able, in theory, to pull. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are machine thread. So. I don't know how far you saw, but apparently there was an Amber Alert and it turned my camera off and I didn't know. Anyway, so we got the intake off. There was 8 of these guys all the way around after we got our fuel injectors unplugged. So now we're down here. I'm going to open this to drain any residual oil down, and then we're going to pop that off. There's the 5 Torx, inverted Torx, or yeah, inverted Torx, E-Torx, whatever, down in there in the one coolant line. Let me get the actual part to show you. It's down here somewhere. New part comes with all new sensors. So I do have a video of replacing this sensor. I'll link it above. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right here's a coolant line that we have to, just has a spring clip on to take off. Looks like it is an E8. To get those off. Ready. Unplug. Sensors here. That one's tough. There we go. Sensors unplugged. It's leaking all right. I'm going to say this guy was due for an oil change. That's icky. That drain down. Perfect. That way we're not going to get a huge, well, we're still going to get a spill, but not nearly as much. So let's of these should be capture nuts. All loose. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull it up, and then I'm going to release that coolant line. So then I can put my new part on. I'm going to have it up here. Lots of stuff is going to spill down in here when we take it off. Wiggle, wiggle. Just pull it up and just kind of show you some coolant. Ah! There's pieces of it. A little bit of coolant's in there, but that's what's happening. So the bottom of it warps, it leaks, and you got all that fun stuff. So let's get pliers, undo this. Hose. The old one. Hold out here, making a mess on everything. Now comes the fun part. We get to clean all of this out. Want to make sure on the old part. See, there's some O-rings and stuff that got left behind. Want to make sure all of that's out. Everything's cleaned out of there. So all these ones, this one, it's all just like a pressure fit, and this one goes down into a hole to seat. So I'm gonna get a little bit of oil on my finger, lube this O-ring. Then we're going to put our coolant hose on first, lay it down flat. I think that's going to be the easiest way. Hose is on. Now I just need to move the clamp up. Clamp is on. You're still recording good. Rotate. Lock it down into place. Put on my electrical connector so I don't forget. We're gonna gently get all our screws started. I'm just gonna hand tighten. I believe the torque spec is something inch-pounds. There we go. That is on. We got the connectors on, got everything on. All this is cleaned up. We didn't replace our gaskets because they look fine. We're going to rotate everything back. Just put these blue paper towels. Wipe this bottom guy off. These are just rubber gaskets. If you wanted to replace them, you can just pop them out. There we go. Sits down in place. Let's get some of these started. We had one that wasn't retained. These don't take a whole lot of torque either. Perfect. All those are done. Let's get your electrical all plugged back in. Remember, we got all our injectors. Coils. Just hear them click. They go back in. containers back into place. This was the middle one's a hard one, but camera probably didn't catch that. Click. Click. Perfect. All right, now I want to make sure an oil filter's in here. This one's easy. And it is. And it is genuine Mopar. That's nice. We got that. Down. Right, now let's just get that upper intake back on. Put our sound blanket on. That just helps with noise. Sets like that. Leave these two little guys on. Remember, these ones are just going into that lower housing, which is just plastic. So be careful. Stud started down here. So it says so I can get all these little loose bolts started, and then I'll get the rest of the screws in the top. Shit. buttons. Okay, let's get the rest of these screws in. Looks like these all could have been captured, but I got a little overzealous probably. And do the rest. It says here on the top, 7 to 9 Newton meters, which is literally nothing. Just and flipping snug. There it is. Now the last 2 bolts just right here in the front. It's the weirdest things. Last. Have my magnet help me, otherwise I will lose them. One. It's like, seriously, that seems the hardest part. Lots of noise today. One. 2. And just have our one big boy back here to snug up the stud. Done. Let's put our intake back in. There you go. We'll put that one later because we're changing the oil. All right, guys, job done. We've been at this about an hour, hour and a half. So please give us a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you all next time.